Streaming now. Maybe. We are streaming now. Welcome, guys, to the very first hybrid Mongoose podcast that is live. Wait, what are you doing?
Send the link.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I gotta shoot the link out. Oh, that's a nice one.
You're ruining this podcast.
I ruined it. I as promised I would ruin it.
I told you.
Hold on.
I really did tell you you were going to.
Podcasting live.
Yeah.
Tweet. There you go. Sorry. I just tweeted.
We're good.
We're in here.
Is it working? Is the stream working?
I think so.
I think it was working. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It looks good. Looks good. Let's do it.
Sweet. So welcome to the channel, to the podcast live. Jay Kim.
What up? We're not talking about Deadpool, even though he's right here. We're talking about Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. They can't see it, kind of, because I cropped it weirdly.
Oh, dude.
Sorry. Move him over a little bit. Move him over a little bit. Show him. Show him. There. There we go. This is a good idea to do this live. I really feel, yeah. So
what up?
So we're not going to be looking at chat really too much until the end, just so you guys know. So it's just going to be like a regular podcast, like we normally would have. And I'm going to forget you guys exist. You guys are just going to enjoy this. Sit back, relax. Don't talk too much. Please don't super chat as well. At least not right now. Wait until the end.
Super chat the crap out of it, guys. Come on.
Super chat later.
Oh, no super chat? Later?
Later. At the end.
Money.
At the end.
Money.
So.
Okay.
So.
Sweet.
So, how was your trip to New York, man?
Oh, dude. It was great. It's, yeah, New York is exhausting. Just, let me put the chat over here. Chat's over there. Yeah, New York is exhausting. Being like a native, you get right into like New York native mode, which means you're walking like super fast everywhere, and that takes a toll on you if you lived in Nashville for 6 years and you just got used to driving everywhere. So like by like the next day, my legs were just completely dead. So, but it was fun. It was, yeah, I was there for a wedding, and
I don't know. What else do you want? What else do you want?
Yeah.
How was the meetup? How was the meetup though?
Meetup was cool. It was just the it was just the Omni squad, man. They were all there.
Awesome, dude.
You know, it was cool. Yeah, it was kind of a little because it was last minute, but Sinbad was there from Philly, so that was cool.
That is cool.
We just both happened to be in town at the same time, so it was like an impromptu meetup. Yeah.
No, I know. When I actually saw that you guys were going, I was like looking up flights. I was like, it's just it's so expensive. It wouldn't have been worth it for like a day, you know. So
like all I did was I tweeted out like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna have some free time on Saturday at 5:30.
Yeah,
you guys want to do a raid or two?" And we didn't even do it. We did like one Charmander raid because there wasn't like a whole thing, anything popping off around that time.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was like that, and like the next minute I know like there's 5 tweets saying like big meetup, super meetup, YouTuber meetup, and I'm like, nah. Somebody like made a graphic.
I know. I saw that. I was like, you're on the you're on the flyer. You're
I'm on the flyer.
You're on the flyer. But why wasn't I on the flyer though? I just want to know.
Because you weren't there, son.
No, I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, I know.
But no, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Your followers are like, why wasn't hybrid on the flyer?
Because I wasn't gonna be there. I mean, so
yeah,
man, Pokemon Go has been killing it lately, though.
Dude,
it's too much. It's almost too much.
No,
like,
it's awesome.
It's great, but I made the mistake of trying to keep up with it, and yeah,
I got to go back to one video a week, or girlfriend's gonna be like,
yeah,
you need to. She's more concerned about like like you need to sleep. You don't sleep,
Right.
But
yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. I've been posting. My wife's starting to say something to me now. She's like, yeah, you've been really going hard on the YouTube thing, and I'm like, yeah. And I realized I did 6 videos in 4 days, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
it's probably time to chill a little bit and not do stuff and I took a day off, and now we're live streaming this podcast. So
Yeah, man.
big break.
Make it easy.
Long
Make
break.
it easy.
Just long break, But no, that's okay.
Yeah.
I figured, you know what? If I do this podcast, it saves on editing later, right?
Kinda.
No,
Kinda.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Unless you just start throwing a bunch of F-bombs out there, then
I was about to, man. I was gonna,
I'm like, please don't.
Start my
Please
Pulp
don't.
Fiction monologue right now.
But the reason I asked Jay on the podcast again was also not only to talk to him, of course, but was to we thought about talking about Star Wars. So if you don't like Star Wars, you might not like this podcast that much. Of course,
You will after this podcast.
You will.
Stay tuned.
Just do the trick. You will.
You will like Star Wars.
You will.
What's not to like, man? The Federation, Starfleet.
Very true.
Going where no man has gone before.
Right.
The neutral zone and the Romulans.
Right.
And the Vulcans and stuff. It's tribbles. Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Star Wars since the beginning.
I'm being a total troll. Those are all Star Trek things. But
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat. Like I said, I wasn't going to. But
it's over there, man. It was over there.
See,
Mancat Studios. Don't worry. We haven't really officially started. No, we have, but this will all be edited. This will be edited.
No, it won't. We're gonna keep this on. No, it's gonna be. This is great. This is the way it's supposed to be. What are you talking about? It's perfect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All things Star Wars, except the things that I don't like about Star Wars.
Well, I like this last video did have a lot of I don't know. I didn't like a lot of it. The last Star Wars
Solo.
I didn't watch Solo actually.
Oh, you didn't watch it? What did you watch? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about The Last Jedi.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm one of those haters.
Haters.
Really? You liked it?
Yeah, man.
What's wrong with you? No, just kidding.
Just like Rey's understanding of the Force was like really cool. Just to hear it kind of articulated that way was really cool. She seemed to really understand. I mean, a lot of stuff. Like even the stuff that I didn't like was kind of interesting. Just the whole thing about like really what's good, what's bad. You know what I mean? Like
right.
You think that you're fighting for the good side, right? But there's all this political bullcrap in the backdrop that is fueling both. You look at these people, you go, they're all evil people,
right?
Look at these rich people, but then they realize like this super gray area, and Benicio del Toro, he lives in that gray area, and sort of their failure there was actually just to open Finn's eyes to what side he was taking, because he was sort of at the beginning of the movie, he wasn't taking a side. He was just
right.
I'm just want to maintain, me and protect Rey. That's it. It's my self-interest and my interest in Rey. And sort of, he didn't have a side. He didn't pick an allegiance.
Right.
And then here he is exposed to just a whole culture, like the seedy subculture of super wealthy people who have no side. They have, it is the gray area. He's exposed to it. He sees it, and he makes the decision. He makes the decision when he faces down with Captain Phasma. He says, she calls him, like scum, and he says rebel scum. I pick my side.
Okay, gotcha.
It's sort of. There's a reason for things. It may not be the narrative that the fans wanted. It may not be told in a way that fans like. And heck, some parts are just nonsense. And that's fine. But there's a purpose. There's a reason for those parts. And sure, the CGI could have.
Well, like my biggest thing, is, so at the end of Force Awakens, right? What made that move? What the ending of that movie was so cool because Luke came back, right? Like Rey found Luke and was like, "Oh man, here we go. You guys are in trouble in the next video." That's what I was thinking. Like, "Oh man, You got a Jedi Master here. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But that would be if Luke came back as this this heroic sage master who can use the Force and fix everything and like be a badass, like that would be so out of character for Luke Skywalker. The farm boy slave kid who he wasn't
well,
slave,
I mean,
farm boy kid.
The Jedi Returns though, he was pretty
in
badass.
Return of the Jedi, he was still Luke Skywalker.
I know, but he was kicking some butt.
No, he was.
Oh, I see.
Very cocky. He was cocksure, and he was ready. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a Jedi Knight." And then he faces like one of the greatest failings of his, Well, there was his greatest victory. He redeemed his father. They celebrate. The Empire's been destroyed. Fine,
right?
But then he goes and he tries to raise up a new Jedi Order, and he tries to throughout this, the First Order has risen,
right
under their noses.
Right.
And then boom, he fails. He fails his nephew, his brother-in-law and sister, and then his star pupil, has turned to the dark side.
I get what you're saying.
Destroyed every effort he had. He was just a bitter old man, and that's his character.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. I guess I wanted to see him kick some butt, I really did. I really did.
Okay, well, here's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped the entire First Order attack.
True.
He halted their advance. He rescued the entire rebellion, and essentially saved everybody. His Padawan.
Right.
And he did it without even being there, without doing anything violent, completely non-violent.
Right.
That's the most Jedi thing you could do.
You're right. I hate to admit it, but
it's
you're right.
It's like the essence of he used his last bit of strength to do the most peaceful way of bringing peace to the galaxy.
Well, they're still going to be chased in the next movie. I mean, obviously. But
yeah, but I mean, still,
well, I don't know. My feeling, and a lot of my friends feel the same way, is like if he was going to die anyway, then why didn't he just go out in a blaze of glory and actually be there? That was my thing. I was like, he's going to die anyway. He could have can't. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. That's just my feeling on it.
I like the fact that he did it. He did it in the most Jedi way possible.
He did.
And he also, their attention to detail was insane. Up to the point where the dice that he handed to Leia, Han's dice, when Kylo comes back and he picks them off the floor, they vanish. Their attention to detail of everything, the fact that Luke didn't affect his environment whatsoever. He didn't kick up dust. I
didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, his lightsaber did not really do anything to the environment around him. So there was like an insane amount of detail considering Kylo was kicking up all the dust. And that kind of stuff, man. I dig it, man. I dig the fact that not only did they do that, but they also sort of took this, and I know JJ's probably going to take it back in this direction, but the whole that everything has to be some kind of royal bloodline, I think is bullcrap. I like the fact that they're saying the Force chose Rey.
Okay.
When it awakened, it chose Rey. It chose anybody. Choose some slave kid on the rich planet.
Right.
The Force isn't supposed to be this kind of very exclusive, only this group of people, this family line can have. It's not something that is exclusive to a certain group. Like you're the 1%, you're the elite. That's not what the Force is. The Force, that's the thing about what my understanding of Star Wars was reading the extended universes books, which are all no longer they're all debunked. But like the extended universe, it was about Jedi going to find other Force sensitive Jedi, and they were going to the ends of the universe to do it. And like this whole thing where like it's gotta be, it's this person's son, or Rey is this person's
I get
daughter.
what you're saying.
And they're
Yeah.
like, no, I like that the Force is no longer this thing that's only for a specific group of people.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's not just the Skywalkers or just the whatever bloodline. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I still had a lot of problems with that movie. I get your point though. I do get your point, you know. And I didn't think of it that way actually until now. So I get it. It's not a terrible movie, but I watched it. For every moment where I was like, this is awesome, there was a moment where I was like, what? And it just kept happening that way throughout the whole movie for me. For me, I'd see, you know...
it's weird because like the places where I would have been like, oh, this is awesome, that's where my problems arose. And the places where I typically, and most of the fans would go like, oh, this is... Like I re-examined and was like, no, that's actually really, really well done.
Right.
You know, that's actually really well crafted for a purpose and tells and advances the lore of the Jedi. The lore of the Jedi, it advances the story, the characters to a place that they've never gone before. You know, just the definition of Finn's character. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
sure, weird stuff happened. Like I was thinking, like, granted, I understand why they did it. But freaking, you know, like Finn was about to go out in a blaze of glory for this purpose, this great purpose he now has, and I'm like, yeah, let him die. Come on, what the heck?
That's how I was too. I was like, let him go, let him become this hero.
But weird Disney and Jeff. Star Wars Go confirmed. Yes, Kyler. We wave our hand at our phone, and I don't know. And Daniel Craig lets us go. That's how the game goes.
Well, this podcast, like I said a long time, it can be about anything. So it's pretty.
Mary Poppins was a little strange. Granted, I watched it and I was like, yeah, that's a little, but it's still like. It's still we've all wanted to see Leia use the Force. Like that was something.
Right. My only issue is like now with her, you know, passing away in real life, unfortunately, you know, how are they going to write it into the last movie where she's not there anymore?
I really hope they don't pull a Rogue One. I really freaking
so they just
CGI that was so unnecessary and expensive.
Oh, right.
And it was awful.
Right.
Carrie Fisher at the end and freaking what's his name?
I know who you're talking about.
We'll just call him Grand Moff Tarkin. That was horrifying. Peter.
Right.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter. Chat, tell me. So
I don't remember.
Who's Grand Moff Tarkin?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't want to waste time on this one.
I mean, it was pretty.
Who played Grand Moff Tarkin?
He's looking it up.
Checking.
Who's got to look? He's got.
No, I was wrong. Who played Grand Moff Tarkin?
No, this is what we're doing.
Peter Cushing. Ha ha ha.
It was Peter. Cushing. It was Peter. You got it.
It wasn't Peter. I was right.
You got it.
Anyway. So that's my take on the Last Jedi.
Did you watch Solo? You watched Solo.
Yeah.
Did you like it or not?
I mean, I used freaking I used my movie.
You used money on it, so apparently.
No, I didn't. I used what is it called? It's called my brain is like gone. I use Movie Pass. So
Oh, okay.
It was one of my movie
It's
pass
okay.
movies.
We both, you know what? We both worked today. We both did things. We're both tired. Man. So we got this though.
we did an escape game thing today. So for team building.
Oh, cool.
It's fun. I escaped.
Did they put you in one of those panic room thingies and like get out of this room?
It's they had different games and I played one that I haven't played before, so it was cool. This would be cheating if I played.
Have you heard of that before? Those like panic rooms where they put you in it's like a puzzle solving room. They put you in it.
It's called they're escape games, and this was one of the originals. It was started by my friends. They said it here. Ooh, my all went dark. Oh crap!
Is your computer going to sleep?
Yeah, I went to sleep. I'm back. did my face flicker at all, or was it still on?
It almost sounded like your mic was going out for a second.
Oh,
and then,
jeez.
Yeah, I think it was starting to go to sleep.
Okay, my pewter went to sleep. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So like, what were we talking about? Yeah. So it's basically the room. There's a narrative, and the narrative is we're breaking into this dude's office. He's like an art gallery owner, and we suspect that he stole like a very fine piece of art. So
Right.
we're gonna search his office and find it. And so we had to like figure out all these combination codes, and there was like a blacklight thing and some other
that's
puzzles. Cool. Yeah, they're like, it's the way my brain works. So I was like, we're really awesome. It was a good team.
So yeah, just in case you guys don't know, I'm going to be visiting J Kim soon. Yeah. I'm going to Nashville as soon as they announce the date for September. I'm actually I'm booking everything. So
that's gonna be dope, man.
Dude, it's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
So I messaged Prodigies too. He knows. He is aware. Cool. So
I told him.
So we gonna be hanging out.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. What do you think is the next community day? Pokemon.
They totally changed it up on us last time.
I know. I just
Eevee and then blah blah.
Well, I mean, they could
be a starter.
Could it be Gen 2 starter?
I don't know. It would suck if it was Chikorita, because there's Chikorita for days down here.
Is there really?
We're in a grass biome, so like I was live streaming once, and somebody saw that I had over like 1,000 Chikorita cans. They're like, "How do you have over 1,000?" I'm, man, they're like everywhere, every freaking where here. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, I heard that Aeron is there. A ton of them are there too. How many shiny do you have?
I don't know. I traded a bunch. I had like 9 or something. No, that's not true. That's
true? Crazy.
I'm not sure.
That's a lot.
I could be lying.
That's a lot. JT, I'll message you later. We'll figure out a date. But yeah, no, I'm going to be visiting J Kim. So if you live in that area, you want to hang?
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on out.
Let's go.
Come on out. We're going to do, I don't know. I think probably Centennial would be the best way to do. But if, I don't know.
Whatever.
Who knows?
Yeah, I was just looking at Airbnbs, man, and there's a lot of tiny homes out there. Like these little tiny cabins, man. I'm like, am I going to stay in a cabin?
You don't want to. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. Let's sort it by number. Sorry, I'm looking at how many. This is riveting. I had 6. So I had 6. I don't know if you can even see it.
Kind of see it.
Can't see it. It's all good. Let me lower the. Lower
the brightness. There you go.
Focus. Great. That's so clear. So clear, everybody. I had 6R on.
Good thing we're doing this in a live stream, because
yeah, so
we can edit it and stuff. And
yeah, so yeah, I had 6. I traded 1 to Poketwan. So yeah, for a Kangas, my Pokedex Kangas. So
sweet. I got a Kangaskhan as well after I got back, but I was just like, what is wrong with me? Why didn't I get it? I could have gotten it. Like infamous Big Rob had like a bunch of them.
He had like exclamation points too as well.
I could have traded him. Oh, he had exclamation points. No,
dude.
See,
I only I didn't realize, because at the meetup there was so much going on.
I know.
Like I just was sort of like, I was talking to Poketwan on camera, and he was like, "I got you with Kangas, man." And like infamous Rob is like, "I got Kangases. I got all the unknown from Anaheim," and I'm like, I just need a Kangas.
What?
Just give me my Kangas.
Now I look back on it, I said, man, I should have traded him for that exclamation point.
Dude, yeah, I mean, like, we get all the punctuation.
I didn't trade nearly enough. I was so stupid. So, I mean, go ahead.
Lucky's got me excited about trading like crazy. Just
yeah. I only have a couple Lucky right now. So yeah, I need to trade
even
a lot more.
Like we we were at the pizza place in New York, like the whole Omni Squad, and I'm just like, we're trying to get a shiny unknown, is what we're trying to do, and we're trading back and forth, and we're seeing like, I'll trade you an unknown, you trade me something old, and you trade, and back, and vice versa. I'll give you something old, you give me unknown, and we're just like going through trades. It's like 12, 15 trades later, and then like finally, finally it happens.
Yeah.
And like that was the most hype moment. Like it was just like uproarious celebration. It was kind
That's
of
good.
yeah.
I'm trying to get lucky like Pidgeys and stuff. I really do.
I'm just like lucky anything, man.
Yeah.
Because the Pokedex entries look cool.
Oh god, they look awesome. They had to throw that in there to be oh, look how good this looks, and I'm like, thanks. Now I have to do it. Now I need them all. Thank you.
Yeah, man. There's a bug on my desk. It's gross. Anyway, what were we I'm all over the place right now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Were we talking about Star Wars at some point?
We were. We were talking.
They're bringing back Clone Wars.
They are. I never watched that series.
It got pretty good.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan. I was a huge fan when they had like I think it was like the Samurai Jack team was making. They made like these short Clone Wars things that were kind of really dope in the Samurai Jack style.
Oh, I like that.
Which was like, yeah, it was like, it actually, there was one where they had the clone troopers and it made them actually cool. And I was like, this is really cool. They had one where it made Mace Windu like super cool. I was like, oh. But yeah, then they did that CGI Disney thing, which was cool too. It was okay.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's like,
is that Perfect League is a new sponsor? What is?
Oh my gosh!
Member hype. Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Do you have?
I'm not supposed to look at that.
Pops up.
No, I don't have any of that up right now. He did the
animated GIF.
Member hype.
Sponsor hype.
They're calling it members now.
Yeah, they just keep changing on us.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
You know what they need to add?
I don't like it.
You know what they need to add to the YouTube streaming? They need to add the ability to host other people. So that way, when you are live, I can go, hey, I'm not live right now. Let me host J. Kim so my followers see you. Do you ever see that on Twitch where people can host each other?
No.
Yeah. So basically what it does is you can actually host each other's live streams.
Screw this. Let's take this over to Twitch, guys.
We're going over there right now. That's what we're doing. All right, let's go.
What up, Ralph? Ralph's he was with the Omni Squad out in New York, man. Nice meeting you, dude.
What's up, Ralph?
If we keep looking at chat,
I know we can't. We can't. We can't. We can't. I just saw the huge green member thing.
Yeah.
I got distracted. So,
bro. Super cool.
No, that's awesome. Thank you, Perfect League. Also, thank you for the pin, that Valor pin. Very good. Awesome.
Use promo code JKIM at checkout to get 5% off your order.
Do it now, guys.
PerfectLeague100.com. That sponsor? No, it's not a sponsor. Well, kind of.
It is. It is. It actually is.
They're sponsoring the podcast. Thank you. Thank you for your $4.99.
So, what is your favorite Star Wars movie? That's a hard question. That is so hard.
Not really. Empire all the way, bro.
You think Empire?
Dude, Empire's the best one.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
That's why you like this one. That's why you like the Last Jedi.
Like Empire was so good.
Empire was good. I'm not down that.
It was like Irving Kershner just being awesome.
The Return of the Jedi is still my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked Return of the Jedi when I was younger. Because the Ewoks.
The Ewoks were awesome.
Yeah, little teddy bears like killing stormtroopers, and kids were like, "Yay! That guy is definitely dead. Definitely dead." A bunch of little teddy bears are just stabbing him with spears, just like the guy's dead.
Yeah,
kids. Teddy Ruxpin just killed a man.
They did.
Yay!
They were like Care Bear stare, and they were done. The
one problem I had with Return of the Jedi was very little Yoda. That's the problem with that movie. Come on, man.
What do you expect? Yoda was gone by then, though.
No, there was one scene.
We're 900
Oh,
years
yeah, that's
you
right.
Looks so good you were not.
That's right. That's right. He
There
was in one scene at the
another
end.
Sky.
So, dude, Yoda's the best.
Yoda's
Like-
awesome. Yes, that's the only
Come
reason I like the prequels, because they showed Yoda actually fighting and stuff. And I was like,
No.
you didn't like that?
No.
What?
No.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
No.
You didn't like the prequels at all?
No.
Misa Jar Jar Binks. You didn't like him?
No.
No, I hated him.
Oh man. No. We didn't need to see Yoda do any of that. I don't want to see him flipping around. Like, come on.
I
dude.
did. Are you crazy?
No. Like terrible CGI with like the Emperor like I'm gonna throw things at you. It was like
I'm Yoda.
no, I don't want to see that.
At the
Well,
time,
see that.
it wasn't. It was actually good looking at the time.
No, it was.
It was,
I remember sitting in the theater.
it was
going,
always
I don't
bad.
accept this.
It was always bad.
I don't accept this. I don't accept that Yoda is like there were fanboys like watching Attack of the Clones going like oh yeah. I was sitting there going like oh no. And I was
Oh no, I was a fan. I guess I'm a fanboy. I wanted to see it. I was like Yoda kicking butt. I like this.
No, that wasn't Yoda kicking butt. Yoda kicked way more butt standing by the swamp, lifting the freaking X-wing out of the water. That is kicking butt. I'm
not gonna disagree with you. I mean,
he effortlessly he can effortlessly do things without having to kung fu his way through it. I don't know, man. You can't. Darth Maul
everyone
is
should just
cool,
put down
but
their
that
lightsabers and just hug. And
Like-
just
like you take that fight scene between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and you take that
Right.
sequence. You take the sequence of Alec Guinness freaking fighting Darth Vader. Obi-Wan fighting
right.
Darth Vader.
yeah.
Way more tension. There's way more stakes. There's way more it's way more gripping to watch that because it just looks like a bunch of dudes doing choreographed crap. Like, oh, we did this over and over again.
Darth Maul was awesome.
He was cool.
I wish he wouldn't have died. Like I was like,
He didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't die. No, he didn't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He needs to come back then.
So Disney and Marvel didn't Marvel. They said Marvel. Disney and Lucasfilms. They expect us grown ass men to be like, we're gonna watch a kids cartoon. So if you watch, if you watch, what's it called? Rogues or something. I don't care. It's the other cartoon they did after they canceled Clone Wars.
Oh, I didn't even watch that. I didn't even hear.
If you watch that, then you find out about all these crime syndicates and how Darth Maul didn't die, and they kind of like gave him these horrifying like robot like spider legs. They walked around like that. It was like robot Darth Maul, and he's like, "Oh, master, take me back, right?" And like the Emperor's like, "Bro, I got a new one. He's old, but he's cool. It's Christopher Lee." And he's like, "Okay." And so he gets robot regular legs. I don't know when he did that, but then he freaking became in charge of like all the freaking crime syndicates, and he became like this super mob boss, which is freaking compelling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't care about the prequels. I wish they never happened. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You get both in my mind.
There's a lot of people that hated the last the Last Jedi. There's like a petition.
I mean, they're fine. They can be wrong, but like freaking bro,
They can be
let's
wrong.
focus on like we're getting compelling content from young directors,
right.
Let's focus on that, and like let's not forget that George Lucas made a bunch of hot garbage in the early 2000s that we need to expel from canon.
Very
why are you working
true.
all this time to expel Rian Johnson's work? Like that was actually like new, interesting, and compelling and fun, and they did some cool things with the Force that I really appreciate. And all of that other garbage was unnecessary and dumb. Like, I mean, Clone Wars did the best it could do with that material, and it gave us a compelling kind of animated series that we can watch. And then they did what is it called? It's Rebels. Rebels is what it's called. And then Rebels came out, and they're trying to make us like stomach content that was set up in Rebels. It's sort of like it's sort of like making us go see like an Avengers movie and try to have to like accept crap that was set up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nobody's gonna do it. Nobody's gonna accept that.
Right.
Nobody watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're not going to have to. So like, why are you making us?
I get what you're saying.
What, like Saw Gerrera, like he was kind of a throwaway character, and they're like, people are like, no, but if you watch Rebels, he's a character in Rebels, guys. You watch a kid's cartoon, you guys watch Rebels, watch like 50 episodes, and you be caught up in, like no.
You're not watching all that then?
I'm not watching. I might watch it later.
You're like, I'm watching it right now when I get off of this.
Like if there was a Comics Explained guy who did Rebels, I would just watch that. Comics Explained is awesome.
Yeah, great YouTube channel.
We're
Definitely.
just plugging a different. Oh, guys, stop watching this. Go see Comics Explained and watch his breakdowns of comic books. He's cool.
It's awesome.
No,
it's awesome. Yeah,
it catches you up at everything.
It usually puts me to sleep though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'll be like watch.
Hit subscribe if you want to hear more of my sexy voice. That's what he said.
I know. He does say that. I'm like, ooh,
they're strange.
That's weird.
But yeah, no, dude, like Yoda, Empire Strikes Back, Yoda.
Let me ask you this question: did you like Rogue One, the movie?
Okay, it was not good. It was bad, but I liked it.
I loved it.
Oh, my screen went to sleep.
Don't do that. Don't.
I'm sorry. It keeps doing it.
Don't go to sleep.
I loved Rogue One. Seriously, I loved it. There's two Star Wars fans out there, I swear. Either they loved Rogue One or they hated it. It's one or the other practically. I've heard both sides. I just loved it. I actually loved it. I thought it was great.
It's a movie that should have written itself.
Mm-hmm.
You have an espionage thriller that takes place on the Death Star. Like,
right.
Oh, I dropped everything. But sorry, Deadpool fell on the floor. Nobody can see it. It's fine. But that's not the movie they made. They made a convoluted mess. They had this. They wasted Donnie Yen. They had this amazing ensemble cast. They did nothing with it. There were no characters, and you don't care about any of them.
I actually was fully gripped at the end. Like when everything was blowing up, I was just like,
yeah. Look at these non-characters all die.
I don't know. I don't know. It felt like I don't know. It felt like all those. It made. I don't know. I loved it. I'm not gonna get it.
What is my motivation to follow you? I don't know, but I believe you. I have no motivation to be here.
I am one with the Force.
Shot your dad in the face,
and the Force is with me.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Wasted Donnie Yen's character. I mean that movie.
That was cool.
All right, here's the thing.
I was waiting for him to pull out the staff and like turn into a lightsaber. That's what I was waiting.
There was like no proper motivation for anything. There was a clear motivation that could have been there. They could have made. It's so simple. I felt
like it was slow to start, but as it got going, it was good.
You didn't need the father. You didn't need it. You didn't need any of that backstory. You don't even need Saw Gerrera. If you want to put Saw Gerrera in there, make him the guy that teaches her to be a spy.
Right.
And then just have the movie be her getting on the freaking Death Star and just stealing the plans and being constantly like about to be discovered. Like that's a riveting freaking movie.
Yeah, but
you don't need like every X-wing in the universe. Like you didn't like let's sell a bunch of toys. Let's put an AT-AT on this tropical island. Like I don't want to see a tropical planet.
I thought that was awesome. You're so funny. Like I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was good. It was good, man.
And there's a city called Jeddah. Are you?
Oh yeah, that was kind of like.
Do they have unobtainium there?
Unobtainium.
But here, watch. This is so simple. Krennic discovers that there's a spy, and he knows who she is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the Darth Vader's like, yo, this is not your project anymore. We're sending over this dude called Tarkin. Cut to the silhouette of Tarkin on the bridge of a Star Destroyer. You don't even freaking see his face. No close-ups, no lines. Just freaking and Vader's like, yo, this is how to deal with it. I'm gonna do my pinch thing. You don't mess with me. You just been demoted, son. And like, and the whole time, Krennic is like, you can see he's like, we need to maintain the schedule. We got to cut corners here.
Right.
Cut corners. You need to talk about the fact that there's a weakness that was designed by the father. None of that freaking crap. We had to build a giant star, just a big space station that can destroy planets in a very short amount of time. Krennic is like, yeah.
So you're seeing it as like that's far-fetched that would even happen, is what you're saying.
But you don't need to explain it.
It
never needed it to be explained.
But it did explain why the vulnerability was there, because everyone was like, "Why is that there?" You know,
nobody said that. Nobody said that when they watched the. No one said that. Nobody said that. Like,
some people said that, but
they had to get the plans and analyze them and find a weakness. Everything freaking has a weakness.
Right.
You ever played, what's that game? The Colossus game.
Shadow of the Colossus?
Shadow of the Colossus. They got weak. They got a button there. Come on. You just shove your sword and arrow and burn fells down. But what am I trying to say? But okay. So then Krennic discovers that, right?
Right.
He knows that they cut so many corners building that thing, So he's like, yo, you're the spy, arrest her and bring her up to the thing. We'll do the summary execution, whatever. Faces her down. She's terrified, trying to find a way out. And he goes like, we got you, like you're in big trouble. And then he's like, leave us. They leave. He's like, all right, here's the deal. We cut every corner in the book building this place. This place, if you kind of find the trench thing and shoot one torpedo, this place could just explode probably, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to give you the plans, because F these guys. They're going to fire me, like that was the clearest motivation in the freaking. Okay. So then Krennic becomes the hero, because then the freaking.
I see what you're saying.
Tarkin's ship comes while he's trying to get all the. They're trying to do the thing.
That actually would have made sense,
dude.
That actually
and then the big shootout happens. Freaking Krennic gets killed, sacrifices himself. Much more interesting story with motives, with everything. No need for an ensemble cast where everybody's like, "Oh, this is my sacrifice moment. I'm gonna throw a grenade and it's gonna blow me up." Like,
you're
promotion. Two characters we don't care about are hugging and the thing's blowing up.
What? I cared about them. But your edit would have been like 20 minutes though.
No, man, that's a gripping spy thriller. That entire movie could have gripping spy thriller. You didn't need freaking Leia to be at the battle for some reason. You didn't need a battle.
It was good.
Nobody needed any of that.
I liked it.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I liked the movie. I liked it because it was fan service through and through.
Right.
But it was bad. And it's to the point where if that is what took place before episode 4, it weakens episode 4. It doesn't strengthen it. It makes episode 4 cheaper because
it's so funny that we're so
bad story.
I worked with a guy who thought this. It's right with you. He's like, it's the worst Star Wars movie. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man, you can believe whatever you want. I just worked in the film industry for 15 years one time.
No.
That's awesome.
So your opinion doesn't really
that's
matter.
totally valid.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a fan of Star Wars since like as long as I can remember. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
jeez, I remember going to the theater when they remastered the movies. They're just like, hey,
I remember watching
this.
those and then later like horrified because they were changed from their original.
Because they added like 3 scenes of CGI. Yeah.
Oh, unnecessary junk everywhere.
It was
like
so well. They at least they did it in small portions, right? It wasn't like a huge scene.
And then every subsequent release, they would add more crap. They're like, hey, you guys are used to having crap thrown in your face at all times. Like, like literally, like there was one of the things they added was a giant, like, just a big beast filling up the frame and going by. And the stormtroopers like, look, sir, droids. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. I remember when they added those scenes to like each movie, basically, and it was like 1 or 2. You know. They
took away the charm. They took away the charm because there was charm in episode 4. The fact that they ran out of money and they couldn't remove the wheels on the speeder, so they took Vaseline and they smeared it on every frame. And so when the speeder is flying through Mos Eisley,
is that really what they did?
Yeah, they ran out of money. They couldn't afford the optical printing to get rid of the wheels on every frame of film, so they used Vaseline. They smeared it out.
That's it.
And
I'm using that tomorrow. I was kidding.
They freaking fixed it in the re-release in the special edition, and it was like, guys, that was freaking charming. You know, like
right. I get what you're saying. I do get that point. Yeah.
And then they altered it further in the Blu-ray releases so that they could match the freaking prequels. Like, guys, no.
You watched it a lot.
No.
I didn't watch that. You okay over there?
They changed the scene in the beginning when Vader first has his meeting with the Emperor and it's a giant face hologram and he goes, "What is thy bidding, my master?" And it's like that, you know, this like. They reshot Ian McDiarmid in more like in makeup that was looked more like, you know, like it looked more like Return of the Jedi, and you know, and The Empire Strikes Back, where you see the actual Emperor, because it looked really weird in the first movie. But that was charming. That was charming.
Why didn't they leave Darth Vader's original voice in there? Right, like. Just kidding. Have you heard the original?
No. Yeah, with David Prowse.
Yeah.
I want them alive.
How dare you?
That's a ship. That's a ship. Bring me that princess. I want her alive.
I mean, you got to admit they did a lot better job by doing a voiceover with what's his name?
But that was the original intent the whole time. They were not.
Was it really?
David Prowse. Yeah. No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
David Prowse was mad about it, but he sounds like he does.
He doesn't sound scary.
I mean, if he did a good job, they would have put him in there. But but freaking like Anthony Daniels. Anthony Daniels wasn't supposed to be the voice of C-3PO. George Lucas wanted C-3PO to have a Brooklyn accent.
Right. Why? That's terrible.
And then they had Anthony Daniels in the studios, like, I'm C-3PO, human cyborg.
I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
If it had a Brooklyn accent, it would feel so just not right.
Oh my joints! This oil bath is awesome. Like, honestly, when he gives him an oil bath, he's like, oh my day.
Right.
Anyway, stuff. I have a big problem with the prequels. I have a big problem with the special editions. I have all the despecialized editions. I downloaded them all. I torrented all of them. It's the only way you can get the despecialized editions.
Right.
You hear about the despecialized editions? They're awesome. Some dude made it his quest to despecialize. He took footage from a 16mm telecine, a bunch of other stuff.
So he took away all the special effects that they had. Back to the original.
He brought it back to the original form, the way it was meant to be seen.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And he did it in 720p. Like, Yeah, good
Hey,
on you, bro.
that's good enough.
Yeah, man.
That's what
Laserdisc.
that's what we're streaming right now because I haven't streamed in a long time, so it's outputting in 720.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, like
that's what I stream in.
I was scared to go any higher, to be honest, because it's like I can see now I could have pushed it for sure because I'm only using like 7% CPU usage, so I could have definitely done it. But
you IT people.
Yeah, I could have done it, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So now that we talked about Star Wars forever, it's so funny. Like,
yes,
we still love Star Wars, both of us. Prequels, I didn't really like the prequels. There's certain parts I liked, but overall, no, I didn't like the casting for Anakin like at all. Like young Anakin, older Anakin, no.
Yeah.
Recast.
There's one thing that I liked about the prequels.
What's that?
That Peter Serafinowicz was the voice of Darth Maul. That's it. Because I love Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah.
Peter Serafinowicz. He was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Oh, okay.
He plays the Tick on the Amazon Tick series. He was in Spy. He's awesome. Y'all know Peter Serafinowicz. He's awesome. He was on Parks and Rec. He was the British dude on Parks and Rec.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He was the voice of Darth.
That's funny. You just keep doing it, and I'll eventually find one. I know that guy.
He's awesome. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this time we are going to answer some questions. Oh, perfectly had to go. Oh no.
Bye,
no.
Perfectly.
We love you.
Bye.
We're going to answer some questions from you guys. You guys watching right now. Let's open up the chat. Let's look at this chat.
Pokemon Go Travel episode 2 just dropped.
Oh, really? So let's open.
Don't watch it yet. Wait till the podcast is done. We'll watch it later.
Yeah,
watch it.
We got the chat up here.
Right.
If you have any questions for us, now we're actually watching all the chat.
Right. I got you up here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now.
I love the lag. It's just the lag. It's just they don't respond.
I know.
Jar Jar Binks deserve more screen time. You mean Lord Jar Jar, the Lord of the Sith, Jar Jar Binks,
right?
The Sith Lord
right.
Jar Jar. Yes, he was pulling all the strings, man. All
Definitely,
right.
Yes.
You have shiny Mewtwo raid day. Okay, 3 hours.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know nothing about that.
I know all the shinies are in the sprites are in there, but they're just not released.
Yeah, because like normally, what I do. I tweet that we're going to be like, doing a podcast, and people leave questions.
Yeah, and people ask questions.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, you should have done that.
I should have done that because nobody's asking questions. So like right now there is no like announcement for shiny Mewtwo or anything like that. So the next raid day is going to be Moltres for sure. So yeah. Well, let's just keep talking while this is going. Maybe someone will say something.
Bonus. So the new boxes, you guys.
Oh yeah, I saw those. Yep.
The best bang for your buck is still the Ultra Box, but I have a lot of premium raid passes, so I didn't go for that. I just bought a bunch of great boxes because they have star pieces and lucky eggs.
I have a lot of star pieces. Like
then I'm running low.
Like, I have like 200.
Like Brandon Tan was in town, so
Brandon Tan.
Brandon Tan was in town, and I used a butt chunk of I used all the things, man.
Right.
But yeah, for my money, if you have a lot of premium raid passes, go for the great box. Just what I'm saying.
Oh, where do you want your channels to be in 1 year from now? Kyler says. What's your YouTube game plan? Huh?
I want 50 million subscribers. I don't know, man.
No, I do have a goal, and I was talking to Reversal about it. I want to hit 10K before GoFest next year. That's my goal.
Nice. That's a good goal, man.
I feel like it's obtainable.
Yeah.
I feel like I can do it. and that's why I said, "Oh, look at this. These are not in the right spots. Let me fix that."
What are your thoughts on sand? It gets everywhere. And
Sand?
Of course. He's referring to Anakin's dislike for sand. That awful scene.
Oh God!
I am not going to Yakuza.
No,
I want to.
I really want to. Yes.
You guys want to like hit that PayPal button on my page and send me to Yakuza. I will do it, man. I'll go.
He's not going. Don't give him any money.
Give me your money.
Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. Yeah. So.
Did I like the new Godzilla trailer? I'm interested. Just a little interested. The director's cool, and 11 is in it. So yeah, it's cool to see that. You know, 11 she left that town and she's fighting monsters now. So that's cool.
So she got out of the Upside Down, and then now she's being attacked by giant killer lizards. You know, got an easy life there. She's got it.
Maddie, that is not fair. It's just there are a lot of pits. There's just very vertical universe. Very vertical universe. People fall down stuff, man. I don't know. At least like the Sarlacc is kind of cool.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
You get digested for 1,000 years. That's kind of cool.
That's right.
You gotta throw people somewhere. Gotta throw people somewhere.
You gotta throw people somewhere. I heard they were talking. Wasn't there talks of doing a Boba Fett movie?
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but pass.
Solo was.
It was a movie.
A movie. Solo was a movie.
I mean, Boba Fett. It's like I'm on the fence about him. I feel like he's way more hyped than he should be. I just honestly, I'm just kind of over him. But
I don't know if it turns out to not if it was a comedy, and like Boba Fett was just a complete a-hole, like he'd just be like drinking, and he's like on driving Slave One, and just like yo party, you know. And he goes, it's like if Boba Fett was like the Deadpool of the of Lucasfilm.
Game of Thrones, yes, huge fan. Can't wait for final season. Big fan. Love it.
I do not watch, but yeah,
you should. You should.
No, I mean it was just like for me it was too many naked people to keep watching, so I stopped.
Just go like this. Just only peek a little bit out of one eye.
I'll have somebody cut out all the nudity and give me the 4 minutes left of footage that
it's going to be very hard to watch that movie.
Yeah. It was just sort of like, nah.
That's funny.
But yeah, I just don't
see Westworld. I love the first season. The second season, I don't know why it's boring me to tears. I watched like 2 episodes and like I just stopped watching. I don't know what's wrong. Like it's not. I don't know. It's just not getting me like the first season was. So
the Robot Chicken Boba Fett's so great. Oh my gosh, I went to the same high school as the guy who created Robot Chicken, so it was cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to hang out with him a couple times. He was cool. He used to be the editorial director at Wizard Magazine. So like we would go. So a bunch of us high school kids.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we would go up
memories.
to Congress, New York, and just visit him at his house. And he took me to the warehouse, and he's like, "Yeah, all of the 0 editions and 0.5 editions that they used to give away, they're just there in boxes. Like if the box is open, you can take it." So like I just like scarfed up everything, like comic books, toys.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Walking Dead's dead for me. I hate to say it. The hype is gone for me.
I never got into the TV series just because of certain strategic choices they made. Of pivotal moments in the graphic novel that were done. Like they picked they changed it to be weaker than what was in the the original source material, and I'm like, why? I understand, like, this character is popular, so let's keep them alive. But like they made Carl so lame. Like
Coral.
I cannot abide.
Coral.
Carl in the comic books is like he's gone through so much, and they don't let him go through as much. I mean, granted, he did cut a baby out of his mouth, but yeah, other than that, like that wasn't in the comic book either. But like, there are just moments that are
Rick had it way tougher in the comic book. Oh my god,
they're just pivotal moments. Like I don't know if I want to spoil anything. I don't really want to.
This is not exactly center. Let me fix that. That's pretty good. That's what happens.
Like, so, I don't want to spoil. They waited too long for a certain moment to happen. Carl, the actor, was aged too much for it to make the impact that it would have made, like in the graphic novel.
Right.
But there's that scene where that girl goes crazy. Like the young girl, the daughter, she goes nuts and she kills the other daughter and like.
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
I remember that. Yeah.
And Carl is the same age as her, and they're little kids. They're little kids, and
that was a messed up part. I remember that in the comic. Yep.
All the adults are arguing. What do we do with her? We don't know what to do, and none of them were willing to do what must be done. So Carl, it's like next thing you know, you see
remember
Carl,
that. Yes.
And he approaches her. And he's a little kid. And then you hear the gunshot. Everybody's like, "Who shot that girl?" You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like we know Carl. We know little Carl did it. We know he did. And they changed it in a freaking man, dude.
Yep.
And then that whole scene where Rick is having his delirious thing and Carl is just like yelling at him and stuff like that didn't have the impact that it did in the TV series that it did in the graphic novel.
No, you're right.
That's where Carl is like, I killed her. Like, I'm the one who did it. And he finally is allowed to show the emotion, like it's.
Yeah, the part where the one girl kills her sister or whatever, right? Wasn't it her twin or something? She's like, oh, she's not. I don't
know. Yeah.
It was like she's not waking up. The girl that did kill. And you're just like, what? These kids don't understand because they're living in a zombie apocalypse, and they're seeing this constantly, right? They're seeing their parents, their friends, all the adults killing these zombies, and they think it's normal. So a little kid, Way to end this on a high note, Jake.
They ruined it. They ruined it in the TV series.
You're right. You're right.
Also, freaking Carl kills Shane, and he does it
very early.
Yes, premeditated, not in self-defense. There was ambiguity as far as whether Shane was going to kill Rick. Just Carl is like, no, I'm not even going to give you the chance to think about killing my dad. I'm gonna kill you first, and that was so amazing.
That was like page 3 of the first comic.
And then the freaking TV series. It's sort of like
let's keep Shane alive forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep Shane alive forever because people like this guy. And then freaking very clearly Shane is about to kill Rick, and like, oh no, he was about to kill Carl, and Carl in self-defense goes pow, and it's like, guys, why did you do this? What did you do? You ruined that scene.
Yeah, they ruined a couple of them, like you said. The whole part where she's like, look at the flowers or whatever from the show, that was the part that was supposed to be where Carl shoots her, basically, right? Because they had, that happened. So
I understand why they changed the fate of Lori and the daughter, but because the graphic novel is so devastating.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
It's just so devastating, but. Would have been better. Would have been a better choice.
Yeah.
Would have been a better choice.
I mean, Rick loses his hand.
Yeah.
From the governor, right? Like very, very quickly. Yeah. See,
but
I don't feel bad talking about this because it's so different from the show. It's like night and day. So
like you face that hope. Like we're about to escape the prison. The governor and his people are coming.
Right.
But they're gonna make their way to the woods. And then Rick looks back in that one frame, and Lori and Baby explode. And you're just like, just like, oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that moment was just like, and just the look in Rick's eyes, watching his wife and daughter die at the same time. And Carl is ahead, and he's like, Dad, what's happening? He's like, Carl, just don't look back. Keep going, keep running. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was yeah, the moments in the graphic novel hit you harder, I feel. Because they're more real. They're written for like, hey, this is reality, right? The show has to be, even though it's a show where they show all that stuff, they still have to be, I don't know, there's certain storylines that they don't show. So
they just have to like have hack writers who make the wrong decision every time. That's basically what it is.
Oh, that's a good question. Predictions for the title of Avengers 4?
I mean, we can't borrow from the comics unless we call it
true.
Because the comic book where they changed everything back was called Infinity Gauntlet. But
yeah,
I don't know, but Infinity War follows and doesn't Infinity War, the comic book series, doesn't make any sense in this context because they don't really introduce the Celestials as much.
The return Avengers Infinity War 2, the return of Jafar.
That one will go direct to DVD. But back then it was direct to video. It was like that was a VHS tape.
Jafar will have slightly
Jar
a different
Jar.
voice. Slightly different voice. But no, that's cool. Yeah, we're gonna end the podcast here. So.
We're gonna gracefully land on that wonderful, on that high point, guys.
Yeah, we had to talk about the Walking. We had to talk about the Walking Dead and be like, kids dying. It's terrible. People blowing up.
Did we talk about Pokemon at all?
We did a little bit.
Yeah, man. Come on.
We did a little bit, so that's
a little bit of Pokemon. How did Darth Maul survive after becoming half? So basically, he survived somehow using the Force, the dark side. The hate for Obi-Wan was so strong with him that he managed to survive long enough for them to give him weird prosthetic spider legs, and then he eventually got robot person legs, and then he got a new lightsaber. I don't know why, but so like I don't want to spoil Solo.
Good night, Dan.
Are you gonna watch Solo?
I'm gonna. If they're gonna watch Solo, then probably don't say that. But yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to Jay Kim. Awesome guy.
Yes.
Once the dates for Nashville is whenever Community Day is.
Community Day.
Once we figure that out, then that's when I'm booking. So
it's gonna be a party.
You can pretty much bet on that day.
Gonna be a party
for that. So yeah, but yeah, let me get rid of this chat. But anyway,
go away, chat.
We are gonna go. Is there anything you want to say, Jay Kim, before we end the podcast right now?
Yeah, man. I don't know. You guys are great. Make sure you like and subscribe to Hybrid Mongoose.
Yeah.
And there are new pins at perfectleague100.com. Use J Kim at checkout. You'll get 5% off your order.
That's a good idea. If you're gonna buy pins, definitely use his code.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for the podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Bye, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the audio version, too, in your podcatcher or whatever the thing is, iTunes, anything you got, whatever you use for the podcasts.
I'm so far behind on that. But anyway, bye, guys.